Hi, I'm Samantha Heil, Executive Director of Book Fair at Bel Air, and I'd love to invite you to one of the biggest bookish events in the region. Join us on Saturday, August 8th, 2026 from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at APG FCU Arena at Harford Community College for a free, family-friendly event celebrating books, readers, and community. Book Fair at Bel Air features more than 110 authors and vendors, best-selling featured authors, kids' activities, face painting, story time, arts and crafts, photo ops, and plenty of fun for readers of all ages. Whether you're a lifelong reader, raising future bookworms, or just looking for a unique day out with the family, there's something for everyone at Book Fair at Bel Air. Learn more at www.bookfairatbelair.org or follow us on Instagram at Book Fair at Bel Air. We hope to see you there this August.
Coming to you from the Freedom Federal Credit Union Studios, Harford County Living presents Conversations with Rich Bennett.
Slow pitch
It's probably the least sexy part of organizing. No. The truth is,
I am joined by my lovely co-host, Wendy, and today we have somebody special who I met. You came to a Lions Club meeting, but you contacted me beforehand, I think, about coming to the Lions Club meeting.
Yeah, and it took you 3 months to respond to me.
what?
Maybe 2. But it was a minute.
Well,
Wow.
he's behind on his emails because he's been on vacation.
No, she already knows how this works. It's like, okay, we're just going to go ahead and give Rich a hard time. We have Alexis Watson with Alexis Watson with the Parents' Place of Maryland.
Yes. Not the Parents' Trap.
The Parent Trap.
Yeah.
The movie wasn't
time-
The Parents' Trap. It was The Parent Trap.
Okay. Well, the first time we met, you said Alexis from the Parents' Trap, and I was like, I'm not Lindsay Lohan.
Well, it's easy to
Fuck up.
And then you couldn't get anybody's name that came in after.
People that were in the club.
Yeah, whoever the other
So
people.
tell us about the Parents' Place. Is it a nonprofit?
It's The Parent
Yeah.
Trap. Oh, no, it is. The Parents. Yeah.
This is a trap.
Yeah.
About to say. So we're a nonprofit across the state of Maryland. So
501c3, right?
yup.
Yeah. Okay.
I got a script all in my head.
Go for it.
For the
Let it rip.
first 35 years, we only did educational supports. So family peer support, helping parents and caregivers, really navigate IEPs, 504s, conflict within the school system, and just be well-versed of their rights with special education laws.
So the organization has been around for how long?
Over 35 years now.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Governed by parents, which is really great. And everybody that works at the Parents' Place has to have lived experience. So whether you have a family member, close friend, child, loved one that has special health care needs, disability, or mental health, behavioral health needs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yep. And then we just got a grant last year through the BHA to expand into doing behavioral health supports.
What's BHA?
Behavioral
Health Administration.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I knew that, but some listeners may not
That's
have.
right.
Just like with
BHA,
IEP.
that's,
What's
they're the
IEP?
ones who govern.
Individualized education plan.
Okay. For those listening that don't
Yeah.
know.
No,
Well, I
it's
had to think of the acronyms because I'm like, wait a
Okay.
second.
Sometimes, you don't know the verbiage if
Yeah.
you're not in that setting.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and what's GSLC?
What's a what?
GSLC?
What is that?
I don't know. It's on your shirt.
Oh, Jim Shark Lifting Club.
I had to.
I was like, did I say that? Did I word vomit too much and I have no recollection of that?
I
So
see.
tell us about this,
The
it's-
Parents' Place.
The Parents' Place. I'm interested because I've never heard of it. I mean, and I have had children that were in the school system. And so how would someone find out about?
Yeah. So we're doing a lot of outreach. So recently, like this past week, I did 4 presentations at Harford Community College. I reached out, to a great professor that does criminal justice and all that, and just really getting out the Good Samaritan law, because if you're not familiar with the Good Samaritan law, I got my cheat sheet. It's a lot of people are scared to call when somebody's experiencing, a medical overdose emergency. So whether it's with drugs, alcohol, or anything like that.
Abuse, would that
Yes.
include abuse?
So not under this specific Good Samaritan law, but I've just been going because with the summer coming up, weather getting nice, parties, senior week, and then with college students, they call it cruise week now or something like that.
Never heard of that.
Yeah, they'll go down during
Oh, the
cruise
Ocean
week.
City.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Yep, and they'll
So
party.
is this a substance abuse organization, or is it more?
Combination of things, right?
It's a combination, yeah.
Okay.
So with the
Which is why I wanted you to co-host.
And here I am.
with the BHA grant, we're helping parents and caregivers find resources and supports within the community and the schools, and also through us with the family peer support aspect. We get a lot of calls of family members really struggling with a loved one that has substance use, active addiction, relapsing, and then also problem gambling has been a really, really big one we've been
Okay,
getting.
so
I can see why.
being
Yeah.
the parents' place, it's a place where parents can go to get resources. Is it just for school-aged people
So
or individuals, or is it
with
any age?
Yeah, so now it's any age. With the grant that we got, the BHA grant, we're able to do birth to however long you need us. When before, with just the educational supports, it was birth to age 26.
Okay.
So I think that it's really needed because just when your kid turns 18, 26, you're not like, all right, throw them to the wolves.
That's when they're off the
Yeah.
insurance policies.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah. Yeah.
Well, no, it can only go to age 20.
Well, to 26, but
Yeah.
they can also
Well,
get
yeah.
Medicaid or Medicare, whatever, one
Well,
or the
yeah.
other.
One of them. Yeah.
Wow. All right. So, especially, and I love asking this question with 501c3s because you can't always rely on grants.
Yep.
So, what do you guys do in order to get funds, whether it be fundraising or sponsorships or memberships or whatever?
Yeah, so mostly we're through grants, so state and federal grants, but then also every year we have a special education conference called Rights Law. But Pete Wright, he'll just go over IDEA, special education law and rights for parents and caregivers. So we charge around $125 for a ticket to attend, but you get a whole bunch of goodies and
Right.
resources and just really being well versed in the laws.
So it's a conference. The fundraiser is a conference.
Yes.
So you
Yeah,
have
like
a
a
speaker.
speaker's event.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
And where is that held?
It's going to be on Zoom.
Oh.
Virtually, yep.
Really?
Yep. So that way, because we're across the whole state of Maryland. So that way, people don't have to travel to come to one area.
You don't have to rent a hall.
Exactly. And, it's just easier sometimes just to hop on virtually and then,
Well, and the
present.
other thing is, too, come to think of it now, if you do it that way, you can get speakers from around the world
oh, yeah.
to come on and talk.
Mhm.
And there's a lot of speakers when it comes to stuff like this that
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
sure you can get.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
is it? What time of year?
It is September 17th, and it's an all-day type of conference.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Now, is that the only thing you guys do as a fundraiser?
Yeah, and then we take donations here and there from companies, like if they want us to come out and present,
Right.
whether it's the Good Samaritan law. We also do a lot of trainings like for schools that, beginning of the year want us to do like a PD when it comes to IEPs. And then we can also make any type of training material as well from our training and outreach coordinator, Joan. She's great. And she's also our Spanish-speaking family partner across the state. So she wears a lot of different hats, but yeah.
All right. So when it comes to the nonprofit part and everything you guys do, are there other nonprofits that you actually collaborate with as well?
Yep. So we do a lot with children's mental health. It's
Doesn't
through-
Ashley have something for that now? Or that's adults? It might be adults.
Yeah. So we do a lot with them. It's like through the mental health agency of the state
Right.
and like coming up in the next week or two is like Children's Mental Health Awareness Month. So they're doing a whole week of like fun, interactive stuff for the kids. And like they had little grab bag stuff you could get shipped to your house. And there's a whole bunch of cool things to do. So
May is Mental Health Awareness Month. Yep.
And I think, it's so needed nowadays. And I was talking with the professor from HCC how just times have changed so much. Like the kids growing up now need a lot of supports and the parents need help. And we were just like, it's completely different from like when I was growing up. Like I didn't get a phone until I was in middle school. My parents were like, you don't need that. Like, you're fine. You're home with us. And just social media nowadays, it's a lot. And like kids are getting social media stuff younger, phones, iPads, everything like that. And
it's a bad addiction.
Yeah. And then the stuff you see sometimes, like, and then just starting with body image and then comparing a whole bunch.
I mean, it's a real thing. And, having had, children in the school setting and having them kind of, specifically my younger daughter, kind of getting her phone in 6th grade, which if I could go back and do it again, that would have never happened. And when someone has ADHD, it really does enhance like a lot of the mental health, how do I say this, issues that somebody may have naturally, like anxiety, depression, like you said, body image, bullying, like all of this stuff. So this is interesting because I didn't realize that there was a resource for this. And so how has it changed and how recently has it changed?
Yeah. So we got the grant in September of 2025, or no, July 2025. So, we're starting it from the ground up in our aspect because there was other agencies out in Maryland that had this grant and were able to do stuff before. So we're building it up. So we're getting out in the community. We're making connections because just like you, Wendy, what's the parent's place? Like, what is this? Like, do you have to be a parent in order to get resources? Nope. You can be a caregiver. Can be
a grandparent.
Yeah, grandparent, aunt, uncle,
foster parent, whatever.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's needed because a lot of times people don't know where to turn.
Exactly.
At all. And this is new territory.
Yeah.
This is new territory. It seems so simple that, oh, now my child has a cell phone, but they have this secret world.
Yes.
That you have no, idea of what's going on. And the things that are happening, even, I hate even to say it, like trafficking, bullying, there's anxiety, depression, suicide. There's even being able to purchase drugs through that type of thing this is uncharted waters. Yeah. And so I'm really glad to see that, you guys are taking the reins and putting some, action into this space because there's not a lot of places. Being in the addiction recovery world, we're realizing that there is more of a need for younger population.
Yes.
And that's new too. So, we kind of have to catch up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you say you guys also work with kids with special needs?
We work with the parents and caregivers. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the only reason I bring that up, especially what you said with the human trafficking, we just had somebody else on and I never even thought about this till they mentioned it. People with special needs are prime targets when it comes to human trafficking.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, either did I. My sister didn't, and my sister gets training every year for human trafficking because of being
it's terrifying and it's scary. It's scary stuff.
So do you work with any nonprofits? I'm thinking like Hope Works Global.
Linda?
Yes. That's who it was.
Yes, Linda.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. So we went to the NCAAP meeting and met with Linda, and she's been at a few other events that we've been at, and she's absolutely amazing.
Oh,
and
God.
I can't speak more highly of her. She's fantastic, and her passion is there, and I think she's really doing the hard footwork that needs to be done to bring awareness to it.
1, 2, 3. Linda, Robin. Okay, that's our round table. Because when we were done, when I finished with Linda, we talked about doing a round table podcast because women in addiction are other prime targets when it comes to human trafficking. About doing a round table on it.
Yeah.
And of course, Wendy's name came up right away, and my sister, and now it would have to be you.
That's why I'm here.
Yeah, for the people's place.
And what is
the parents' place?
God, Rich.
Oh my God!
Get it together.
What?
No, what is your role there? Like,
So I am the behavioral health specialist for Harford County.
okay.
So I'm the one that gets cases of Harford County, parents that are like, hey, I need help with finding resources for my child's mental health, behavioral health, bullying is another one, which is just...
It's sad.
Yeah, and it's
sad.
becoming more frequent nowadays.
Because of the phones and all.
Yep. And then I do help with some educational cases as well, since I was a special education teacher. So I'll look through IEPs, brainstorm with parents, and help them come up with a game plan for that so that they don't need to escalate it with the school by doing a state complaint or get an educational advocate, because time and money. But, if they want to go that route, we can always help provide them with options for that.
And how many locations do you guys have in Maryland?
We are across the state, every county.
Really?
Yep.
Well, I guess after 35 years.
Yeah.
And
Plant
it's
some
needed.
seeds, yeah. Yep.
All right. So I have a question specifically for you. But especially from what you did before, what drew you to work at the parents' place of Maryland?
Yeah, so being in the school system, it was honestly very eye-opening. I came in October, so a little after the school year, and I was like, teachers, school, everybody has about the best interest for the kids, and it'll be A, B, and C, X, Y, and Z. And then I was like, oh, it was a wake-up call, I would say.
Right.
Just seeing,
What do you mean by wake up call? Like you're in a role as a teacher.
Yep.
Okay, so you're in a role as a teacher. You think that everybody's putting the children's best interest at heart, and you're finding out that they're not. So the eye-opening moment was that there definitely needs to be something in place to protect these kids.
Yep, and lack of support for sure, with teachers and when it comes to students, because it's just a lot going on, and then you're seeing behavioral cases and students quite frequently, I would say. And public
special needs kids or all kids?
All kids. Yep. I will say my second year when I started, it was the beginning of the school year, and the amount of calls on the walkie for just the general ed students escalating behaviors and needing classrooms to be cleared out, it was a lot.
Well, and the teachers' hands are tied too, aren't they? Because
and plus they have 25 other kids in a classroom, and so when you have one student that's escalating, and it's just quite frankly mayhem.
Yeah,
and
becomes like a riot.
It's hard
almost.
and then public schools, and especially with funding getting cut and teachers quitting, because it's a lot. The burnout is a lot, and I can say for myself, the burnout was real. And that's why I left, because it's a lot. Like you said, the teachers' hands are tied. The supports, the funding, and it's just so people have the students' best interest in mind, but the public school cannot
handle the population in the school.
Yeah.
And I think that that's changed so drastically as well, because you have all of these different influences. It's a changing time.
Yep.
There's things that are so much out of your control that are scary in the school system now. And so tell me where the parents' place fits into this.
Yeah, so we're able to we have a pilot program coming up. It's in Baltimore County now, and we're working on expanding it. So if a parent's having an issue with the school system, whether it's the IEP or a 504, which is...
So they're more of an advocate for the parents? Is that...
Yeah. So our main mission is to help empower them. So if a parent eventually down the road wants us to come in the IEP meeting for emotional support and take notes for them, we totally can.
Okay.
The only thing is we can't be
you can't advise.
Yes. So we can be
You're not lawyers.
Yeah, we can recommend here's some options. Yeah.
Yes.
And
okay.
a lot of calls have been across the state, bullying, and then just feeling like people aren't being transparent. So we're like, hey, like, here's a game plan to come up with this. You can bring up these options, but then a lot of it is home stuff. Like, hey, my child's having difficulties acting out XYZ behaviors, and some parents are like, I don't know what to do. And like, I will say most of the time we get parents when they're at their wits' end, they don't know what to do or who to come to. And, you know, there's other places and agencies are like, oh, like, we can help you for this amount of money. And it's like, no, like,
you guys don't charge.
Nope, we're completely free. Yep. And it's just sad. So we're really helping them. Like, sometimes it'll just be a yap therapy session. Like, let it out. Like, say what you have to say. Like, it's a judgment-free zone.
That can be enough.
Exactly. And just like a few calls I've had, like, the parents start off just like they're fed up. Like, you can visibly
they're fed
hear
up with the child's behavior and the school's reaction, and their hands feel like they're tied because they don't know what to do because they're not getting any resolution.
Yep. And then throughout the call, you're just like, because it's a lot. Everybody knows their child the best. I would like to say, like, every parent does. And like, the schools see some aspects and like some things going on, and then in their mind, it's like, oh, problem, behavior, child, like, basically like, okay.
Well, I mean, think about it. Every single kid's got something going on.
Yes.
Okay, so you've got your ADHD kids. You have your autistic environment. You have kids that are going through things at home, whether it's addiction, divorce, grief. You know, their parents are single. Like, every single kid's got a challenge, and it all looks different. And I can imagine that it is very overwhelming for the teacher. So I'm just saying, okay, what kind of skills do your, I guess, advocates or liaison family partners have to be able to handle this type of thing? Yeah, so I would say our biggest like asset is that we have lived experience. Like, even though everybody's lived experience is different, like, you know, is there training?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So we go through over a month of training. We shadow calls, and then every month we have a in-service day. So we don't do any presentations, any client calls, anything like that. And it's a PD. So we'll have usually 2 guest speakers come, professional development.
Okay.
Yep. And so we'll learn about a whole bunch of different array of things, I would say. So some can be educational side, but lately we've been going with the behavioral health aspect side. So we're always learning stuff.
How many family partners do you have in each county? I mean, you don't have to have exact numbers, but I'm just saying, like, how many people are taking those calls from parents?
So we're broken up into 5 different regions. So I'm the only one in Harford County. We usually have one in every county.
Okay.
And then we are broken up into 5 regions, and then there are 5 educational specialists, one in each region.
How many calls do you get a day, a week, a month? Is it?
It's a lot.
And you're the only one handling them calls?
For Harford, yeah. Wow. And I'm getting overflow of Baltimore County and Baltimore City too. It's a lot.
Yeah.
Just like, but I love my work. I love what I do. It's just, sometimes it's hard to disconnect, if that makes sense. Like,
yes, absolutely.
You're hearing like some parents like at their worst caregivers, and like, this is going on, and
I don't know what to do. Can you help me?
Yeah.
I've gone to the school. I haven't gotten any results, or it's a problem with another kid and the other parents won't get involved or own up to it. Like, I can imagine like how do you respond to that? I mean, first you're going to respond with like empathy. You're going to sympathize and but like, besides resources, like, is there like a handoff if it's something that you can't handle?
Yeah, so I definitely start off with like validating them, and like, I'm not gonna basically lie and be like, everything's gonna be okay. Like,
right.
I'm gonna validate your feelings, and try to give you, if you want to hear solutions, I can help try to find them. But if you just need to stay on the phone and just talk or cry, like, that's okay. I'm gonna go at the pace that the parent or caregiver is at. I'm not gonna push, and I'll follow up.
Can you give us an example of a call? Anonymous. You don't have
Yeah.
to. Yeah, but like just
I'm trying to think of a bit. Yes. So I'll do a behavioral call because a lot of them have been educational lately, but that's just pretty
Right.
IEP stuff. So
Right. That's
I
an established
yeah.
protocol. So
Yeah.
the behavioral piece is new.
Yes. So we get so basically it starts off with our referral online. It's very easy. So who the family member just reaches out, they fill out first name, last name, county, best phone number, and basically what the issue is. So then our intake specialist, she will assign a case within 24 hours, which is good because some companies there is a wait. And I was presenting at Voices of Hope, and the Cecil County representative, she's like, yeah, like I've had families like they haven't heard back from like 2 weeks to 2 months. And we're like, yeah, there's not a wait because we know what's going on. Like
When someone
there's
calls,
crises.
that's usually when they need to talk.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. So then once we're assigned a case, we have 24 hours to reach out to a parent and then get the call scheduled because like you said, like they're calling for a reason, like they need the help. Like this is them reaching out for help. So then we set up a call, but I would say probably the call that like sticks out most in my mind, and it is a pretty common one, not just for Hartford, but across the state. I had a parent reach out and, you know, she's like, my child's really struggling, like in school, but also at home. And I'm like, okay, like if you feel comfortable, like just elaborate as much as you feel comfortable with. So that way I can get a better picture and really see how I can help you tackle it inside the school and then outside, because it seemed like outside when she was talking was a lot. So her child had a lot of trauma growing up, and the parent ended up leaving the spouse. But the child did see some aggressive behaviors, some firearm stuff was involved. And so there was a lot of, how do I word this?
Anger?
Yeah, anger, confusion, and then acting out in school because just, you know.
They learn, it's learned behavior.
Yeah. And then, you know, stuff carries over differently. And the mom was like, I don't know what to do. Like, I'm getting calls from the school with behaviors, and like, I can't stop what I'm doing at work to go get him. And like, I can't. And like, it's not feasible. And then like coming home, like dealing with risky behavior. So like sneaking out at times, and then, you know, drug experimentation. So it's just a lot of that. I would say like parents are like, I really need help and like guidance when it comes to what society calls it risky interfering behavior, risky behavior. And, you know, it's very common, and just like a lot of parents. So we're like, all right, so you're looking for supports, like, are you looking for inpatient, outpatient, residential, or like community-based type resources? Because a lot of parents, through my experience, already have a child in mental health therapy. So they're like, we have that covered. We just need other stuff. And a lot of parents are like, you know what? I feel like it should be residential, inpatient, but I don't want, you know, my child to feel like I'm giving up on them.
Right.
And it's heartbreaking because, and it's in the school system too, like when you have these children labeled as behavior problem children, like sometimes residential is needed depending on how serious the situation is. But parents are just like, I don't want to do that to my kid. Like, I don't want them to feel I'm giving up on them. Like, I don't know. But, you know, sometimes it's good to try and get the help that's needed. But it's just a hard pill to swallow.
You're listening to Conversations with Rich Bennett. We'll be right back. I have to tell you about one of our community's best resources, Harford's Heart magazine. If you're all about living local, from the stories and events to the businesses that make Harco special, this is your go-to magazine. It's literally Harford County's only truly local lifestyle magazine, connecting you with everything happening right here at home. Each issue is packed with community events, local eats, fun things to do, spotlights on neighborhood businesses, and stories that capture the heartbeat of our county, from Falston to Havre de Grace and Bel Air to Powellsville. And best of all, you'll find it for free at hundreds of spots all across Harford County, restaurants, shops, libraries, and more. Or read the interactive digital edition anytime online. So support local, stay connected, and keep it local with Harford's Heart magazine. Check them out at harfordsheart.com.
If someone were to need, like, let's say residential for mental health, what kind of resources are you partnered with people in the state? Like, I'm just going to, mental health facilities and that type of thing. Because like finding beds sometimes is not easy.
Yeah.
It's not an easy, we have insurance to deal with. We have like, how deep do you guys go? Like, where do your resources, stop and start?
So we don't have any partnerships with any like residential agencies. So if a parent feels comfortable, all they have to do is share with us if they have state insurance or commercial insurance. Is that
Private?
Private, yeah. And they share that, and then we're able, with their permission, to look into some of them. And then if they feel comfortable or want us on the call while they do the calls, just like the moral support aspect and just helping them as much as they need us, whether – because some parents were like, oh, no, like send me a list of like these residential agencies. I'll reach out to them and see, if there's a wait list, and then how to get the ball rolling with insurance, and then how long the program would be. And then other parents are like overwhelmed because it's a lot. It's the first time they've dealt with it and they don't know what to do. And so, we're more than happy to do the call with them.
And this is sad because this is not uncommon.
Yeah.
This is happening more and more. And, I'm going to say, and I have nothing to back this up, the percentage of this is only going to go up.
Oh, yeah.
I would say so too.
It really is. I mean, this crisis mode that's happening, and I don't know what age range you're really talking about here, but I'm going to say like the end of elementary school through high school, you're going to have this kind of chaotic event that's going to be happening in that age range now. And it's going to kind of be normal.
You're seeing it in elementary school too.
Well, that's why I kind of was like, yes, I do agree with that. And that's a lot of because families are giving those phones. They're the world for these kids is getting a lot bigger and their brains can't handle it.
Yeah. And then just bullying, like growing up, I don't even know when I was in elementary school, 2000s, early 2000s.
Oh, shut up.
I'm trying to do math in my head. She's rich.
Yeah, me too. I was in elementary school back then.
Okay.
Taking my daughter to school.
See, I was going to say that, but I digress.
So we definitely have a problem that's not going to get better on its own. So not knowing about the Parents' Place before, and now you have a behavioral health grant. What do you see for the organization? Like, how is that going to expand for you guys?
We're hoping to be able to get in the schools and just really be like, it's okay if you need supports. Like, and we're allies. Like, everybody wants the best for the youth, teens, adults, and like we've been saying the whole time, like there's an epidemic and a crisis going on.
There is.
With mental health, addiction, problem gambling, and everything like that. So I think just getting into schools and other agencies as well and being like,
getting the word out.
Yeah, and we don't want to be like, oh, it's us or nothing. It's like, let's collaborate together.
We went through this phase, and I think that and I could be wrong again, but I don't know. I'm just kind of using my own opinion here.
You wrong?
We went through this phase where parents were not my kid. Yeah. My kid's not doing anything wrong.
We're still in that phase.
I think that we're crossing over because it has escalated so much that we have fear.
Yeah.
We have fear for them and we have fear for the other students.
Yeah.
So this change, I think, you guys are like right there where you need to be, which I think it's great because personally, like what do you do when you can call the crisis center, but sometimes that's not enough, or you need as many resources as possible.
Exactly. The more the merrier, and like it takes a village.
And
really
I like
does.
the approach, because I've seen it work in the addiction space with kids at risk for addiction for whatever reason, having peers in the school. So having behavioral health peers and family partners in the schools would be a great space for you guys to be.
Oh, yeah. Like the clubhouse.
We need it. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, and the Roots Project and stuff like that we've talked about. So yeah, that's really awesome. You guys are doing great things.
Thank you.
Hey, did you go to school for psychology by chance?
Yes.
Well, no, I'm just thinking because.
Oh, I
with
thought,
what
I was
you-
like,
No, with your
have other
job, what you're
connections?
doing, I
Yeah.
think it would come in handy.
Yeah.
I would think it'd be a requirement.
yeah. I have my bachelor's in psych from Towson.
Okay.
Yep.
And as far as, especially since you're taking all the calls for Harford County and some overflow from
Yeah.
Baltimore, Cecil, wherever, what do you do for your own mental health? Because
That's
I
a
Good
question.
one.
I mean, there.
Yeah.
I'd be.
It's draining.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's hard to disconnect. Like sometimes when I'm trying to take care of my mental health, like I love to go on walks with my son,
Yeah.
and that way he burns off energy so that he can sleep, so that I can sleep.
Right.
But just we had an in-person meeting with our leadership team. They're like, what is one thing you want to work on, whether it's work or not? And I was like, just being present in the moment. And like,
Yeah.
it's so easy to say, but it's hard, especially with all the outside factors with just life.
Yeah.
And so I think definitely surrounding myself with my family. My parents are great. They live right down the street in Joppa. I see them every day. And she watches my son too, my mom. But just having dinner with them
Yeah.
and just being
Just being
able
grounded.
to talk. Yeah.
Staying rooted in who you are.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of times when you are around situations where I don't want to say you're counseling, because you're not really counseling. You're listening.
Yeah.
You're absorbing energy. And that is extremely draining, honestly. Like we know, like in at Rage Against Addiction, we have a program director, and she's dealing with everybody's chaos, and you got to go home, and then you have to take care of your family, and you have to disconnect, and people
hard.
don't understand that. So like, yoga or walking or meditation or whatever your version of that is really important.
And sometimes it does help too if you have somebody that you can just sit down and vent to, because sometimes you need to vent.
Yes. Oh, 100%. I love a good voice note, like voice memo. I'll send it via text. If my friend's like, what's going on? Like, you've been quiet. I'll be like, girl, you won't believe this. And I'll send like a 3-minute voice note. And it's just good to have. And then, my supervisor is great. Like, she's always like, if you guys need to take a day, take a day. Like, you don't have to be.
And you're not going to
running the
have
whole
all
time.
the answers.
No.
Exactly.
And you're going to
Yep.
get calls, and that call did not come before. So you're figuring it out for the first time.
Exactly. And then our leadership team's like, you can like say to parent, like, hey, I'm not really quite sure about that, but I'll get back to you. And,
Right.
parents take that well. They're like, oh, like, that's okay. Yeah. Like, we can discuss that later this week or when you get the information, instead of just gaslighting them and coming up with something.
Do they call in a crisis mode? Or are more of your calls just like inquiries, or like, that opportunity for them to just kind of say, hey, this is what's happening. I need someone to talk to. Like, have you experienced crisis mode where you like literally said you need to do X, Y, and Z because this situation needs to be stabilized? Like, do you guys have that kind of expertise to know?
So I have not gotten those type of
Okay,
calls when it comes to Harford County, but I know other regions and counties, they're like, you need to call 988
Okay.
mobile
Right.
crisis.
Okay.
Like, and then because sometimes it's, that does happen sometimes. And we're not certified mental health counselors to
Right.
deal with that stuff. So we're not going to act like we are and be like, oh, dude, no. That's
Okay.
not our training. That's not what we do. Call 988 or if needed, 911.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are there any plans that you know of for all the counties to have more people answering the phones? It just seems like a lot. I mean, because
I will say,
I
like,
would say holidays are probably even busier for you.
I will say, well, this is our first year with the grant. So holidays was pretty slow for
Okay.
Harford, but we've been getting slammed since April, which I mean,
Seasons.
yeah, and it's just like coming to the end of the school year and like, you hear bees or something?
No, you're fine. I thought I saw something above you.
But parents, like caregivers, not knowing what to do with the IEPs, school years, and then like the students that are transitioning out of high school, and parents are like, oh, like DDA services, and you know, a lot of people need help with the SSI, so Social Security income applications,
Mm-hmm.
and then the DDA waiver.
These are for kids with special needs.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. And then I will say, we've been pretty steady ever since February with behavioral mental health calls, at least from
Right.
my experience. And just, again, it comes back to bullying and just,
And do you think that's a big?
oh yeah,
That's a big thing.
it is. And I mean, it goes back to social media because now it's
gotten
not
worse.
just face-to-face bullying, like in school, like,
Right. You used to come home and you were done with whatever was happening at school. You might have here's an example. Like my brother, when we were really little, we would walk to school and there were two boys that would kind of meet up with us and they would trip him every single day, trip him. And he used to call them the trippers. And he was terrified. I mean, we were in elementary school and I'm older than him. So he was probably like in first or second grade. And so like he would wait until we would wait until we saw them walk by before we would leave the house. And it was traumatic to him. And the thing is now, like once they walk by the house, he was like safe for the day. Do you know what I mean? But now it's carried into your home. It's carried into their bedrooms. And like parents don't know what's happening.
yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's such an issue because, you know, where I previously worked at Harford County, like there wasn't fights or anything like that. It's a lot of the, you know, when the bullying did come up, it's because, you know, so-and-so went home and they were going at it on social media or text or even.
It doesn't stop.
Yeah.
Right.
Video games, Xbox,
And I'm going to tell you
Roblox.
something, and I'm going to say this, and these kids have fucking balls because you can edit that out if you want to, because even if a parent tries to like intervene, they don't back down.
No.
And it happened to me, and it was shocking that this person who was bullying my child was actually being so disrespectful to me, an adult,
Yep.
and their parents didn't even care.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the reason they do that is because they can get away with it because they're
It
not.
was
Nothing's gonna happen
traumatic,
them.
to say the least.
Yeah. Back
For
in the
all of
day,
us.
what did you do with a bully? You stood up to that bully and you whooped that bully's ass. Bullies are nothing but cowards. That's all they are.
Well, but you know,
they have to act tough.
they hit
So
people
they-
where they hurt the most.
Yeah.
If
Right.
you know you don't have friends, they like to like throw that in your face, or they like to steal friends away. And like in the girl world, it's brutal. I know
Oh
it's
my God,
with, with boys too, I'm sure, but I only had to experience
My
it
daughter
with
went
that.
through it. It was-
And
yeah.
it's not uncommon, but you know, I don't even know. Maybe that's what you guys need to do some presentations on how to deal with it.
Yeah, I think definitely that, like how to deal with it. And then maybe like even signs to recognize like your child's being bullied, because some kids don't feel comfortable. They feel like, oh my God, like I'm a failure in a way because
Or they don't tell their parents, and their parents don't know what's happening.
exactly. Like my friend, her grandson, like got into a verbal altercation at school, and then they're like, what happened? Like nothing happened at school, and then come to find out, you know, text somebody at
They
school,
continued it.
said something like, that's why you don't have a mom, your mom's dead. And it's like kids will go, this is elementary school,
Yeah.
kids will go for the throat, and once they know, they're gonna keep going at your throat, and then
They
I
play
didn't
on
see
your
that.
insecurities, your vulnerabilities, and that kind of thing,
Yep.
which is a shame. And you know, some of it's family values. I hate to
Yes.
say that,
Yeah.
but
yeah, morals, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Another roundtable discussion there. Seriously, we did it a while ago, but it has gotten worse, and it's something we need to talk about again.
Mm-hmm.
You know, raising
Yeah.
awareness, and actually,
Well, people don't even sit down around the table anymore for dinner.
No. Yeah.
So, the whole culture of what family is changing,
Mhm.
and not for the
100%.
better, honestly.
No, it's not. And and I've said this several times here on the podcast. Respect is gone. A lot of these kids don't
Absolutely.
respect other people, but worse yet, they don't even respect themselves.
They don't know how to.
No, but they demand respect.
Oh, yeah.
They'll demand
You're right.
it.
You're right.
It's like, well, okay, what did you deserve? What did you do to deserve my respect? First of all,
Right. But you want mine.
yeah.
Yeah, that is a whole nother podcast. But anyway,
Yes.
so yes,
Oh,
I think you
go on
guys
for
are doing
days.
really great things.
you.
I'm sorry I've never heard of it,
Oh, you're all
but
good.
I would like the information because we have calls sometimes
Yeah.
or just situations where people need resources, and
Mhm.
I think that this is a really good one.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Well, the important question is, how do people get in touch with you?
Great question. Look at you, the good questions.
That's why he gets paid the big bucks.
Yeah. Okay.
So we
Oh wait, she got to look at her paper. She forgot the website. No, I'm messing
Actually-
with you.
it's folded, but I will read it now because look at you. So you can contact us at 410-768-9100 or very easy intake form online. You just go on ppmd.org,
PPMD,
Parents Place, Maryland.
not
ppmd.org.
not Parents Trap.
No, not
PT.
Parents Trap.
PPMD.org.
Yep. And then you hit contact us and you fill out the intake form. And then if, and like we have families do this too. If a family, parent, caregiver gives verbal consent to a professional or an agency, you can do it on their behalf and then just put in the description, parent named XYZ gave verbal consent. And then we can do that as well because there's one less thing on their plate.
Is there a text number as well?
Nope.
Okay.
Once you get assigned a family partner, you get
Then
their
you
text
do.
number.
Oh,
Yep.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense.
Yep.
That
Yeah.
makes sense. Do you have any other questions?
I do not. It was very informative. Thank you very
Alexis,
much.
is there anything you would like to add before we get to the last question?
Getting out the glasses. I'm scared.
Do you want to ask it?
No.
No, I know you never do. Why are you getting scared?
You're breaking out glasses.
Oh,
How out of pocket is this going to be?
I don't know. You picked the question, not me.
I picked the question.
Yep.
Oh, Jesus.
Pick a number between 1 and 100.
Let's go 24.
Why 24?
That's the year my son was born. Oh, God.
What?
Your face.
That's a good question.
He always makes those faces.
Because the questions, a lot of time, it's amazing how the questions
Sometimes-
align with what we've been talking about,
Yeah.
and in a way
Okay,
this does.
You're right.
What's a risk you took that you're incredibly glad you did, even if it didn't turn out as expected?
I would say leaving my job as a teacher because I'm going to be honest, I was like, I can't do it. And plus my son wasn't even one. I was like, I can't be my best self dealing with
Other people's kids.
Yeah. And then all the work that comes with being a teacher, IEPs, data, and then just, stretching myself too thin. I was like, I can't do this. Like, in order to be my best self for my son, I need to quit. I didn't know what I was going to do next. I didn't.
Yeah.
And my
And that's
husband's like, I'll pick up overtime.
That's
like,
a big deal.
yeah. And I just remember being like, I felt like a failure in my mind because, this is something people go to college for. And they're like, oh, this is my career. But
I don't want to do it anymore.
yeah, I was like, I can't. Like mentally, the burnout, it was a lot. And then throw in sleep regression with a baby. I'm just like, I can't do it. So it was, I would say, an internal struggle. And I was like, I know I need to, but at that time I was the breadwinner, like
Yeah.
the money, and it was going to be an adjustment and it was a risk. But, then
Paid off.
I love what I do now. And I think there's such
And I
a need
feel
with
like
mental health.
it's an extension of
Yeah.
teaching.
Yep.
Because you get to talk to parents about the
Yeah.
IEPs and the things that you were actually doing.
Yeah.
You have the knowledge to
Mhm.
be able to help people work through it.
Yeah. And I think, I'm a firm believer in everything happens for a reason. And, if I quit special education when I first started, when it was getting rough and the burnout, I wouldn't have the knowledge that I have when it comes to the special education side, but then also the mental health aspect in the school. So I think that's the first thing that came to my mind. And, I couldn't be more happy with my decision.
Yay.
And you wouldn't have met such wonderful people like me.
That's so true.
Exactly.
See
That's what she
that?
was getting ready to say.
Yeah. Never. Alexis, thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
Thank
Wendy,
you. It's a pleasure.
You definitely.
Yes.
We got to do the round table with Linda. I
down
think
for
the
it.
5 of us, would be good. Alexis asked me to mention the Maryland's Good Samaritan law, which is designed to save lives by encouraging people to call for medical help during an alcohol or drug overdose emergency without fear of actually being arrested or prosecuted for certain minor offenses. The law protects both the person seeking help and the person experiencing the overdose from charges actually related to possession or use of controlled dangerous substances, possession or use of drug paraphernalia, and certain underage alcohol offenses, including providing alcohol to minors. It also protects individuals from probation, parole, or pretrial release violations if the evidence was obtained solely because they sought emergency medical assistance. However, the law only applies to those who actively seek, provide, or assist with medical help. It does not protect bystanders who do not help, nor does it apply to drug felonies or other crimes outside the specific misdemeanors covered by the law. Additionally, law enforcement can still investigate the incident and collect evidence. So as we wrap up this conversation, one thing really stands out to me. There are so many parents, grandparents, caregivers, and families out there who are carrying more than most people realize. Whether it's navigating mental health challenges, bullying, behavioral issues, special education services, addiction concerns, or simply trying to figure out where to turn next. It can feel overwhelming and lonely at times. And what I appreciate about Alexis and the Parents' Place of Maryland is that they're not showing up with judgment. They're showing up with understanding, guidance, and a willingness to walk alongside families during some of their toughest moments. Sometimes having someone who will listen, help you understand your options, and remind you that you're not alone can make all the difference. If today's conversation resonated with you, or if you know someone who may be struggling with challenges involving a child, teen, or young adult, I encourage you to share this episode with them. You never know when a simple conversation can connect someone to the support they need. And a big thank you to Alexis for joining us and for the incredible work she's doing every day to support families throughout Maryland. And as always, thank you for listening, for supporting our guests, our sponsors, and this podcast. Let's keep the conversation going. And until next time, remember, sometimes the strongest thing you can do is ask for help. And sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is be there for someone who needs it.